Okay, let's talk now about block and wedge problem. Okay, this type of questions. Okay, so how they ask here, there's a wedge, like this type of wedge of some mass may be given. Okay, and there is a block placed on this. Okay, say mass m1, this mass what m2, and this side of this block will be given, let's say what L again, right? They said that this block slides and come down. When it comes down till that, how much this block will move backward, right? Obviously this will push it backward, apply a force. So this block slides downward, then this block will move in that direction. This is a block, that's we calling wedge, right? Right. So they say what is the distance moved by, same exactly all like 4 questions I have asked here, 4-5 questions. What is the shift in the center of mass, that's 0. What is the distance moved by that board, same here, distance moved by wedge. If velocity they are asking, velocity of center of mass will be 0. Velocity of any individual body they ask, one is given, other they are asking, yes you can answer that. Exactly 4 questions what here. So look here. So when this block come down, this will move what backward. So how much it moves, that they will ask you. That's the main question. Okay. Yes. So like distance moved by wedge, correct, till blocks reaches what, ground, right? Till that block come to the ground, what is the distance moved by this wedge? So same rule you have to do. You can choose like center of mass at this point, right? That guy is, suppose this was at top and comes down, how much distance he moves, this block moves, and how much that moves, you have to call x, and like same way, exactly same way. So what will answer? Look here. Suppose till this block down, this position will look like this wedge will be like here. Here we choosing coordinate system first. Okay, initial last point you can choose coordinate system 0 0. The block wedge and block will look like that way, right? Your block will be suppose here, correct? Yes. So that distance moved by what wedge, again you call that x. So distance of this block with respect to that point will be again L minus x only, right? In real he moves L distance, but with respect to that point he is what here, that was L, right? But block moving, wedge moving backward, so block is what here only, that distance what, L minus x. Okay. Yes. So same procedure you have to follow. You write like this one, RCM is equal to what, 0 again. You say that m1 x1 plus m2 x2 should be 0. m1 you calling mass of the wedge. Okay, m1 distance moved what, L minus x, plus m2 is the mass of the wedge that moves in that direction, that you call minus x, right? Is equal to what, 0. Exactly same answer will come. X will be like m1 by m1 plus m2 into what, L. This one answer will come, right? Okay, let's see with the help of a numerical like this one. Say a block of mass m slides down from a wedge of mass say 10 m as shown in figure. Okay, I can draw the figure. So find distance moved by wedge, correct, till the block reaches ground. Okay, block reaches ground. Till the block come to the ground, what is the distance moved by the wedge? And picture I can draw the same picture only. This is the wedge, block was placed at the top of mass m. This is given what, 10 m. That distance, let's say 2 meters something, anything. Okay, yes. So block sliding along this incline, and this wedge will move in what, that direction. Okay, so same procedure. This at this point you'll choose your coordinate system. Yeah, that's your coordinate system always. So choose your coordinate system, that's your coordinate system, you call it 0 0. So when the block come down, the new position will look like that way. Your wedge will come at this point, it will look like that, right? Yeah. So that distance we calling what, x distance. So the block will be what, here, that distance we calling what, simply this is L, then then simply 2 minus x or L minus x, whatever, right? Okay, so position of the center of mass will not change. You say that RCM4 this should be equal to 0. M1 means mass of the block. Okay, let me write here once more. M1 x1 plus M2 x2 should be what? 0. M1 mass of the block, that I am calling M, into distance moved by block in that direction, positive direction, that's what? 2 minus what? X, plus M2 mass of the wedge, that's what? 10M, into distance moved is what? Minus X, all equal to what? 0. Okay, so this becomes 2m minus mx minus 10mx all equal to what? 0. Correct? Yes. Okay. So this is 2m, it goes other side, that becomes what? Your 11mx mass goes here, your x is nothing but what? 2 by 11, whatever unit given, same unit you will write here. Instead of doing all this, if you can understand this directly, that's a direct. Do not confuse here like m1 is what? M2. Here in this formula, m1 means that block which is moving on this, right? Other distance we have to calculate. Okay, so this is what type of problem? Your block and base problem, and exactly similar we have for what? Main and Planck problem. Let's discuss that also. So exactly same things will happen for type of question talking. Let me write here main and Planck problem. Okay, exactly same. There is a plank placed on a smooth surface and man is standing on one end, he walks and goes to other end, the plank will move what? Backward. So you have to calculate how much the plank moves, right? Okay, so this is the plank, right, of some length again L. There is a main here, right? So main mass, let's call M1, plank mass what? M2. So main is walking on this plank in this direction, plank will move what? Backward. Exactly all same questions are similar only, very simple. So again they are asking how much the distance moved by plank till the main goes to what? Other end, right? So I am not giving numerical example, I am trying to say the same answer will come exactly same. So let me write few words. What is the distance moved by plank when main reaches what? Other end, right? So man is walking and going to other end, and what is the distance? So I am saying same only, this was your initial position of the main and plank. You choose coordinate system here itself, this is your coordinate system 0 0. So till the main goes to other end, so the plank will look here, plank will come somewhere here, this is a new position of the plank. Plank has moved distance of x, main will be here at this point, so main has distance L minus x, L is the total length of the plank, right? With respect to that point he moves what? L minus x. So exactly same, main mass we calling M1, plank we calling M2. So you writing RCM will be equal to 0. So you say that main M1 distance moved by main is what? L minus x. M2 distance moved by plank is negative minus x is equal to what? 0. So x comes same answer, M1 upon M1 plus M2 into what? L. That will be the distance moved by the plank. Okay, so in all these 3-4 problem, concept is exactly same. And main question is what? Distance moved by this object they are asking. But other question also they can ask you, like what is the change in the position of the center of mass? So that directly what? 0. Or velocity is question. Velocity of the block and base given, main and plank given. Then they ask velocity of the center of mass. That directly what? 0. Because these all are one system only. But velocity of any one is given, like velocity of the main is given and the velocity of the plank they are asking. Yes, then you can answer, right? M1 V1 plus M2 V2 is equal to 0. Because velocity of the center of mass will be 0. Initially they are at rest, they are moving, and they are what? One internal system, all this problem, right? So this is the main type of problem they ask on what? The motion of the center of mass, which is not affected by what? Internal forces. There are few other type of questions also there, we will talk about them, okay? Okay, we are talking few more patterns on this. Suppose this type of question is spring and block problem, okay? Spring and block problem. You see some spring and block problem. So how they ask? Suppose they say like there are two blocks connected by a spring. This is spring, this block of mass M1, M2. So they say they are compressed or what? They are stretched, okay? Yes, either they compressed or they are what? Stretched. Then I leave them. So they say they moves at some velocities. Either both velocities can be given, like this block is moving that, suppose they were compressed, I'm saying, then they moves away, right now. So this moves with v1 velocity, that moves in this direction, so velocity v2. So if both velocities are given, they will ask you what's the velocity of the center of the mass. Okay. Suppose they said two blocks with compressed spring are released. Okay. Compressed means they will move away. If your spring was expanded, they will move towards, right? Yeah. So first question they ask that velocity of center of mass. What they ask? Velocity of center of mass. What is the answer in this case? VCM will be again what? 0. Why? Because compressed, okay, there was force that time. Once you leave them, there is no force, external force. Okay. So no external force means the velocity of center of mass initially is 0. Now their blocks are moving, but velocity center of mass will not move. Its velocity will be 0 only. But suppose same question, if velocity of any one piece is given and other piece they ask to you, yes, that you can answer, right now. So you can write this relation like VCM is equal to what? M1 V1 plus M2 V2 by M1 plus M2 is equal to what? 0 you can write. So you can find the velocity of any one block. Other block is given, it's like any one block is given, like this is V1 is given, they can ask you what's the velocity of the block 2, V2, yes, you can find from here. But velocity of center of mass will be again what? 0 only, right? Okay. For example, let's see a numerical here. Okay. Two blocks with a compressed spring are released as shown in figure. Okay. Find velocity of block M2. Okay. So this is a one block, 10 kg block connected with a spring. This is a 5 kg block. So this is moving with velocity of say 2 meter per second. Then what's the velocity of this block V2? They are calling M2 block. This is what M1 block. This is a K. To confuse you, some K value will be given like 150 some Newton meter. Okay. Yes. So velocity of the center of mass will remain 0 because they are one system. This is one system. No external force is acting. Okay. Yes. So you write your formula that M1 V1 plus M2 V2 by M1 plus M2 should be equal to what? 0. M1 means that block 10 kg into velocity 2. Suppose that direction you calling positive, then 2. You can call that negative also, doesn't matter. Okay. Any one direction we call positive. That block moving in that direction you calling positive, then that block will move in this direction, that will be what? Negative. Okay. M2 means this block plus 5 into V2 we have to calculate, all equal to what? 0. So you see that V2 is nothing but what? Minus, this is 20 by what? 5, that become minus 4 meter per second square. That direction you call positive, then that will become negative. So this answer coming negative, or that you call negative, then this answer will come what? Positive. Okay. Yeah, doesn't matter. So magnitude only they ask an answer. So these are the spring problem. Apart from this, some more question has been they asked about gravitational force. So look here, I remember one problem like this. They said there are two blocks placed in free space of some mass are given like m and 2m something, radius given and distance between them is given. Now they start moving towards each other due to what? Gravitational attraction. So we know that the velocity and the position will not change. So they ask that what are the distance moved by these blocks before they collide, right? Yeah, let me write that problem here. Two blocks, two sphere something of mass m and 5m and radius also given, let's say radius r and 2r respectively. Okay. Yes, and placed in free space at center to center distance, some distance will given, let's say 12r. This was asked in our exam also, this question. Okay, neat. 12r find distance moved by any block. They can ask you this block or this sphere or that sphere. Find distance moved by smaller or bigger, smaller sphere before they collide, right? What is the distance moved by small sphere or big sphere, doesn't matter, whatever, before they collide. So how it's looking? It looks like that. So one sphere of radius r, mass what I wrote there, m. Another sphere is here of radius 2r and mass 5m I wrote, and center to center distance given how much, what, 12r. First thing you understand, this center to center distance are given. Now they are moving towards each other because of gravitational attraction. Okay, so when they collide, somewhere they collide, let's say they will collide at this point. Okay, they collide at this point. So collide means what is the total distance moved by both blocks together? It's not 12r because the surface will touch. So r and 2r, that distance you would reduce from what, 12r. The real distance they move, that surface touch here, that much will be simply what, 9r. 12r minus this r minus 2r. That's the distance together they will move, total distance, right? Okay. Now suppose they are meeting at this point, they are colliding at this point. But we know that they are moving because of our gravitational attraction, so internal force, so position and velocity will not be affected. So suppose where they are colliding at this point, there itself we say that center of mass is what, here itself. We say center of mass is what, here itself. Let's call this as coordinate 0, 0. So how much distance moved by that block? Let's call that what, x distance. Then this block will move how much distance? This will move 9r minus what, x. 9r the total distance they are moving, right? So this moves x distance, that I am saying this moves what, 9r minus x distance. So this is, I am calling here itself what, position of the center of mass. Okay, yeah. So center of mass not affected, means this right formula RCM should be equal to what, 0. It means what, m1 r1 plus m2 r2 by m1 plus m2 should be equal to what, 0. Okay, when you do like this one, this block is, I am calling m1, thus I am calling m2. So m1 means what, mass m. What is the distance of this block with respect to that point? Is what, x, but it's what, in negative direction, so minus x. This is a coordinate system, this I am calling origin. So that side positive, that side negative. So that distance I am calling negative. Plus m2 means mass of this block 5m. And distance how much, 9r minus x, all equal to what, 0. So this become how much, 9, 5 is 45 mr is equal to mx, and mx means 6 mx, m goes here. So x is nothing but 45 by 6 of r, 6 goes what, 7 times 42, 30, so find I, 7.5 r. That's the distance moved by what, the smaller body before colliding. If there's big body, then 9r minus x you have to do, okay, 1.5 r. Okay, so this is what, again, gravitational attraction, so position of the center of mass will not be affected. Okay, so by chance here, like they say that this body start moving with velocity v1, that body start moving with velocity v2. What is the velocity of the center of mass? Again, what is the answer? Velocity of center of mass will be what, 0 only. Initially they are at rest, so velocity of center of mass is at rest. Now they are moving because of gravitational attraction, but velocity of center of mass will be 0. Yes, if velocity of any one piece is given, again other they will ask to you, yes you can calculate, then you can write here m1 v1 plus m2 v2 is equal to what, 0. By m1 plus m2 is all equal to what, 0, because velocity of center of mass will not change, right? So this is our complete topic based on what, position of the center of mass and motion of the center of mass. All type of questions generally they ask in our exam, I have covered them. Okay, so we are doing few additional problem based on center of mass. Mainly the concept is what, those type problems, like I told you, these values you have to remember directly, like you talk hemisphere, half ring, sector of a ring or sector of a disc, these type of questions. So some additional question I am doing here for practice. So look at this problem. A solid sphere and a solid cone are arranged as shown in the figure. If density of the sphere is 12 times of the cone, find the position of the center of mass. We have to find position of the center of mass of this solid sphere and a solid cone system. So what I do, I choose center of coordinate system, what here, this is your 0, 0, correct. And center of the mass of cone already we know is h by 4 height for a solid cone, and already given here. So suppose you say that this is what the center of mass of your cone and this is center of mass of your solid sphere, correct. Let's write their coordinates. So what is height of that point? you know that height is what, at what height, h by 4, and h is given here 4r in terms of radius given. So height of the center of mass of this cone will be what, h by 4. That's the formula. H means here 4r by 4, so that height becomes what, r. So that becomes 0 comma r. X coordinate is 0, y is, that height is what, r. Now we are interested in knowing that point. What's coordinate of that point? So that height is 4r and this diameter is given 2r. So that height of this point becomes what? 0 comma 5r. 4r is the height of this cone plus then radius, which is what, r, because diameter is given what, 2r, means radius is what, r, correct? Okay. Now we have to write the formula. We have to find only y coordinate. So ycm. What is the answer? You say m1 y1 plus m2 y2 divided by m1 plus what, m2. m1 I am calling mass of this cone, then m2 will be mass of this solid sphere, right? Okay. Let's see. Now the main job is what, here you have to write mass. The mass they not gave, so we have to write. Okay, what is the mass of this cone first? What is the mass of the cone? So because they gave density, like density of sphere is 12 times of the density of the cone. So cone density, suppose I call rho, then sphere density will be 12 times of the rho. This is given to us, right? Okay. So let's write mass. What is mass of the cone? Density into its volume. Okay, density of the cone we calling what, rho, then volume is what, 1 by 3 pi r square h. So listen here, radius is given 2r, so 2r square h means what, 4r, 4r. This is the mass of the our cone. Same way, okay, what is coordinate? Coordinate is what, r. Okay, done. Then now mass of the sphere I am talking. Mass of the sphere is what, density, which is what, 12 rho into what, volume. Volume is what, 4 by 3 pi r cube. Radius is what, r only, yes, r cube. Divide by again, okay, here into y2. Y2 will be what, 5r. Okay, again you have to write m1 plus m2, the same thing only will come. So I am writing rho 1 by 3 pi 2 r square into 4r into r. Correct. And here becomes 12. No, this I should not write. This is mass only. This much mass. Okay. That's what the coordinate. 12 rho 4 by 3 pi r cube. That's mass. Okay. We have to solve this number. So let's solve this. Okay. So few things. Let's cancel them directly. So that calculation become easy. Like rho everywhere I am cancelling. Let me change color. So rho here, rho here, rho here, rho here. Also you can cancel pi, everywhere you can cancel pi, okay? Yes. Now let's see what we getting here. This becomes what, 4r square. This becomes what, 16r cube and one more r. So 16 by 3 and r power 4 coming. Okay, what is coming here? 3 goes what, 4 times, 4, 4, 16. 16 into 5, correct na, 80. 80 and r power again 4 divided by what we are getting here. Let's check. So same thing you should get, because just r is additional thing here, so you are getting 16 by 3 of r power what, 3. Okay, let's check it once more. 4 and 4, 16, and same we should get here. 12, this goes 3 times, so it becomes what, 16 and r cube. So let's first cancel r cube. Everywhere r cube we cancel, okay. So on top r I take common, then what is remaining? 16 by 3 plus 80. Down what is remaining? 16 by 3 plus what? 16. Okay, let's simplify this. So what we are getting? We have to calculate ycm, which is r. Okay, let's solve that part. So 16 by 3 into what? Plus 80 we have to do. So 80 goes 3 times is 324, 340. So sorry, 240 plus what, 16. So that becomes 250 and 256. So 256 3 down. This becomes 64 by what, 3. Okay, look here, 3 goes here and 60 goes what, 4 times. So answer is coming actually 4r. So it means the center of the mass of this combined this system, a solid cone and this our solid sphere, will be at this point. That's height, because that height is coming what, answer 4r is coming the height of the center of the mass. Okay, yes. So that was very interesting question. Okay, here density were given different, so we are writing mass. How mass we are writing? We are writing density into volume. Density of sphere is given 12 times of the cone we calling rho, then sphere becomes what? 12 rho. So this is coordinate system 0 0. We are writing coordinate of this cone, and then we are writing coordinate of the solid sphere, right? Okay, so that was one problem. Let's see this problem. Find the coordinates of the center of mass of a quarter sector of a disk of radius r placed in the first quadrant as shown in the figure. So 1/4 of a ring is placed here, or sorry, disk. Yeah, disk is placed here, and we have to calculate what is the position of the center of mass. Okay, so this is a disk. Okay, first let's talk what is the formula for disk. I told you what is formula. The distance of center of mass h or r, whatever it will be, 2r sine theta by 3 theta, if you remember, right? 2r sine theta by 2 theta. And also remember that very important, what is this theta? This total angle always what we call 2 theta we call, keep in mind, right? Whatever sector angle given, that we call what? 2 theta. But in formula you have to put only theta. Okay, it means what is 2 theta here? 2 theta is what? Pi by 2, 90 degree. Okay, so theta should be equal to what? Pi by 4, or you say 45 degree. That's very important. Okay, so let's put here. What should be h? 2. Okay, radius is given r only. Sine. So sine 45 means pi by 4, and 3 into what? Theta means again pi by what? 4. Here theta you have to put in radians only, not degrees. Okay, let's solve this number. So we get what? 2r sine 45 means what? 1 by root 2, right? By 3 into pi by what? 4. Okay, so if you simplify this number, what you will get? This 4 goes up. Okay, first you can cancel this here. So you got 4 root 2 by 3 pi here into what? R. Hope the calculation is correct only. Let me check it. 2r sine theta by 3 theta. This is the formula for a disk. Okay, a ring is little different. Okay, so 2 into r sine, and theta means what? This total angle is always called 2 theta. Okay, yes, so theta means half of that. Pi by 4 you wrote, that's pi by 2. Yes, okay, pi by 4 you wrote it here, that also you wrote correct. So sine 45 means what? Sine pi by 4, or sine 45 means what? 1 by root 2, you wrote correctly. So everything is looking correct, so that should be the answer. Okay, suppose the same question is asked for what? Ring. Exactly same question I asked you for ring, then it will look like that way. This is your ring again. So this angle is again what? Pi by 2, and radius let's say r. So then how this formula look for ring? It look like the r sine theta by just theta. That much is the only formula for ring. Correct? So r again sine pi by 4 by pi by 4. That will be the answer, right? This angle is what? Total angle is called 2 theta. We have tried in formula only theta. So again same answer like r. This become 1 by root 2 and pi by 4. Okay, so that's your answer. 4 goes up by root 2 pi into what? R. That should be the distance of the center of the mass for this sector. So these were few additional problems. Okay, so we have done now completely our center of mass. We will be moving to now conservation of the momentum and collision topics. Okay.